All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Sorry for the delay there. Had some tech issues and needed to restart, but we are ready to rock and roll. Yeah. Good morning, Peter. I know he's there. I saw him earlier before we started, so I know he's available. Maybe he's just got to reset and do some stuff there. But as he gets rocking and rolling there on his end, let's take a look at our gappers list this morning. So a couple of things in the red today. Look at this. So a bunch of stuff here gapping down this morning. We'll see what's driving that. The overall market, if you look at the SPY quickly, it is down 0.5%, right? But you can see some red there, and that's probably dragging to many other tickers as well. So a little bit in the green, not so much this morning, but we'll look at some of those that are in play. 30%, 11% up today. We'll see what's driving that. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Morning, Carlos. Seems we're having some tech issues. You had to reboot this morning.
Yeah, because it was not letting me share into the chat room. So I'm like, let me try to reboot, see if this works. And it did. It's a hit or miss. It's like gambling here.
I can always tell when you have to reboot, because when you start the show and I'm on the screen that looks like, I'm ready to join, but it's not joining. I know I'm stuck in La La Land, so then I have to restart.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're all here. Woo, thank goodness.
Yes, we are. Let's head over to our market post. Peter, what's the latest and greatest for today?
Pretty quiet so far this morning. We do have, international markets, I was checking them out a little bit earlier, red across the board. So like Carlos was just showing us on the gappers list, everything's down a little bit this morning. Later today, we do have a couple of numbers, though, that we should expect. The biggest being the JOLTS job opening numbers at 10 o'clock. We also have the factory orders coming out at 10, but it's really the job openings that usually moves the market and should have the biggest impact. We then have a few Fed speakers happening through the late morning and early afternoon. Again, typically not huge market impact on those ones, but you never know. So really, 10 o'clock, though, if you're trading the open and you're still in a trade or looking at a trade at 10, that's when we can typically get very big reaction from the market. So just be very well aware of that this morning. That's what we're looking at.
All right. Thank you very much, Peter. Friends, let's get to this gappers list this morning. We'll start by clearing our list over here. Control A, Control X is going to clean that up. And once we do that, we can look at the first one on our list, PIK. So PIK this morning up 33%. Dropping a little bit here since the pre-market highs. And we also have 1.7 million shares traded. Hard to borrow, SSR, I'm assuming low flow. Yeah, 300,000. So very, very low flow stock. Peter, any news on this one?
Just on the gappers list, can you just move them over like one character? We just can't see the first character of each symbol.
Yeah, let's see
what
here.
You're looking at there. But anyways, they did have a merger announced yesterday, after the close yesterday, that they are going to be apparently merging with Nina Footwear. I don't know either of these companies. Kid Pick Corp proudly merging with Nina Footwear, a private company operating a specialized women's and kids dress shoes. So anyways, all right. So there's the news on Kid Pick. Being that the thing they're merging with, the company they're merging with is private, I'm not sure why the stock price has gone up so significantly, frankly, but on a micro float like this, you never know what's going to happen. It seems to be the story of the day here. Micro floats. We'll be talking about a few of these. So 300,000 shares in the float, anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a big fan. Usually we've seen this ticker many times. I usually end up just avoiding it. So we'll look at something else. Let's see what's next on here. What is it with the AI? GXAI, CXAI.
I think this is
what?
I was looking at this earlier, trying to figure it out. It seemed awful suspicious that suddenly GXAI is going up, while CXAI that we've been talking about is going down. So CXAI was one that was in the news yesterday, and a number of people were trading it. Uh, in the close, we were having fun. John was trading it, and we were measuring the value of his trade in Corollas. So he was up 7 Corollas at one point, and ended up closing it for a loss. But he ended up making back a Corolla a little bit later. So, but anyways, but GXAI, I don't know. Is this like enough people made a typo that they decided that they're going to trade GXAI and then realize there was a problem? That's why it's dropping back down now. I honestly don't know. There is no news on it. So,
Yeah.
and it is a micro float. Once again, 800,000 shares in the float on GXAI. This is a company with a market cap of like $6 million. Like, yeah, 6.5 million. It's, I mean, yeah, we've already talked about it too much, but yeah,
Yeah.
garbage it. You bet.
Yeah. Not great. So we'll leave that alone there. Let's move on to the next one here. We're looking at a ROIV. So ROIV is an stock of 482 million. So not a low flow on this one, but man, it does look horrible. It is up 6%, 222,000 shares traded right now. And again, it's just very light volume. I don't see anything good that I like here this morning. Peter,
No.
we're getting a gap up, but
Roy,
is it worth watching?
I'm not even sure how to say the company. Roivant. Roivant. Anyways, it's a biotech out of the UK. They did have positive trial data news this morning, and their board approved a $1.5 billion stock buyback. So they're definitely trying to make a statement that they believe their stock is undervalued. So news. I mean, there is news on it. It's not bad news, but yeah, the volume is too low to make it really interesting.
Yeah. Moving on to the next one here is going to be HMY. HMY this morning. Harmony Gold Mining. We've seen it plenty of times on our list here. We're up 3.1 on it, 352,000. I don't think I ever traded this one, Peter. Not sure if you have. Any news
No.
today?
It is odd that it is on the gap up list when everything else is going down. I mean, I maybe this is just a latent play from yesterday. The gold has made a pretty good rally in terms of the price of the precious metal, and we did see Barrick Gold was on our gap up list yesterday, and it seems Harmony is just barely squeaking onto the list today. So no real news other than the price of gold continues to be very high.
Yeah, so yeah, again, another one that I don't like, guys. Not sure if it's garbage, worthy, but it's just one I usually just avoid. Let's take a look what's gapping down. There is a ton there. Wait a minute. Where does ADTX came out of nowhere here? So ADTX leading the gap up list just now. 70%, 80%, 60%. That's very active there. 1.1 million shares traded. This is a low flow at 1.9
Yeah.
million. So
And
obviously in play, but gotta be very careful with it.
and another company with only a $6 million market cap. So, yeah, well, at least it was at the close yesterday. So now, theoretically, their market cap has almost doubled. But they did have a good. They're acquiring another company called Apili Therapeutics. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. Unless maybe this volume will continue. Look, if this volume continues, there might be an opportunity in this. But so far, yeah, it's not enough to convince me that I'd want to even look at it.
Yeah, I don't like it. Now, if you do like low flows, this is what you want to see. This type of volume, this type of
Mhm.
action. Like there's some other ones on there today that are low flow stocks are not looking too hot. This is looking very interesting if you like to trade this style of trading. Look what just happened though. 538 slams right back down to 462, and that is dangerous stuff to play with. So again, can't stress how careful you have to be on this one. Let's take a look what's gapping down. We'll put that in our entertainment pile there. VERV is Verve Therapeutics. They are down almost 40%, 306,000 shares traded. Something went wrong here, some kind of trial, Peter. I mean, this is a big drop for them this morning.
Yeah, and I was looking at them a second ago. This is another. I mean, they're not exactly a low float, but they're pretty much in there. But yes, they had a trial on a gene editing process that they've had to halt. So whenever you halt one of your major investment, thrusts, it always is bad news for a company. So the halting of their gene editing trial is what's got it gapping down again. Lower volume than I'd want to see. I mean, I'd love to get the volume from the ADTX on Verve, and then it would be interesting. But
Yeah. So the ADTX just disappeared. Oh, because it's under four. Oh, yeah, we have a filter of $5 on these things. So
okay.
anything under $5 disappears. That's why you see it jump off our gappers list. But the way it's moving, it might be back there pretty soon. So you got some action there.
Could be.
All right, let's take a look at the next one on. Here's going to be the one we talked about earlier, somewhat CXAI. CXAI. What was the news on this? Was there even any news, Peter? I don't even remember what was moving this yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday they had news they had a partnership with Google. So
But yeah, yeah,
that's why this thing was moving so much yesterday. And this is now a second day play as it's just sort of coming back to earth a little bit after all the excitement.
yeah, yeah. There's a couple of you guys
And
that traded this yesterday.
John's new. Yeah, John was again. He went into he was using tradingterminal.com and he was using the simulator in there. So we were sort of playing with it real time. The simulator gives you a $2 million account, and he was trading basically as much as he could handle, which was about 325,000 shares. So that's why every time it moved, it was like worth. I think he was. It was. I love John's measurement technique. So every penny it moved was worth a snowblower, which was about $3,200, and it only had to move a few pennies for him to make a Corolla, which was about $30,000 or 25 grand or whatever. So he was up a quarter mil at one point, but he decided to hold on for more and then lost it all. So he was showing us what not to do.
There you go. All right, so today secondary play, no shares to shore. As you see, HTB means hard to borrow. So when you see that, that means usually the broker that you're using doesn't have shares to shore. In this case, this would be Interactive Brokers. I saw someone mention, what does ST mean? Daniel. So Daniel was asking a question. So we're talking about the labels there. Let's look at a CHX. STO. I've never seen that one. STO. What is that?
Oh,
I seen T. T means trading resumes. So when something was halted, you're gonna have it on a halt. But when it resumes, you'll see this T. I'm not sure what the O stands for. I never seen the O, but the T means trading has resumed. So at one point it was halted.
yeah.
Usually for
It's
news, if it's in the pre-market. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the S would be for shortable. The T is trading resumed. And do you have another symbol after the T? I don't on
There's a
mine, but
O. Yeah, there's a O here, which
I
I
don't have an
never
O on
seen.
mine. I just have
Yeah,
S and then T, which would just say that it had been halted. Now it's trading
yeah.
like normal again. But
I've never seen the
um,
O, so I don't know what that means. But T means trade resume, and S obviously means you have shares for sure. You can always click on this, and you can see a little more
yeah,
details. Will tell you what's happening here. For example, Interactive Brokers has 6 million shares that you can short on this thing. So plenty of stuff there for you to go that route. All right, excellent. Let's take a look here. Where we left off, that is
Hut, I
X.
think, is the next one.
Yeah, Hut is next. And what is this? This is Hut 8. This is Bitcoin mining, right? We usually don't look at this, but it's crypto mining, I think, right? If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. Okay.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of volume, down at 9%. Anything moving this, Peter, worth looking at?
They had earnings after the close yesterday, it looks like, but nothing we care about. Their earnings were okay, but not spectacular. I don't know. Hut has been on our offer list occasionally over the last couple of years. Never been tradable, in my opinion.
Yeah. If you look at the list further down, we do have Mara, we have Coin, we have Clean Spark. Yesterday was very, very
Yeah,
active. Riot. Man, everything. What is Bitcoin doing? I have not looked at
Bitcoin's
any
down
news this
quite a bit.
morning.
Overnight, it did drop. It's now down to
Yeah.
65,800 after
Oh,
having held over 70,000 for quite a while. So yeah, just the Bitcoin prices dropping is bringing everything down. I think just the fact that Hut had their earnings, I guess, dropped them a little bit more than the rest. But it's if you again, we say this all the time. If you like the Bitcoin sector, and you want to day trade it, you're probably better to be looking at Coin or Mara. They just typically trade a little more evenly with consistent volume.
Yeah. Man, big drop. So that you can see that reaction there. Bitcoin, Mara, everybody somewhat down this morning. I'm going to put some of our usual suspects, which is going to be Mara. I like the way Mara and Coin trade, so I'll put those on there. Mara already 1.1 million shares traded, down 5%. Let's take a look at Coin. Coin this morning down 4%. Wow, big drop for them. 351,000 shares traded, which makes sense. Coin has been holding their gains they've been getting when Bitcoin was moving up. Mara, when they had their earnings, they had a big drop. So it's going to be a smaller drop for them, bigger for Coin. But both of them in play this morning. Those are my two favorites. We'll look at Clean Spark because I know that was active yesterday. And we are down 3.8 with 944. Yeah, I'm going to go with Mara and Coin. I think these two are very nice so far. So that covers all the bit cryptocurrency that we have here. We have HUT as well if you want to look at that one. What is iron? Is iron also part of this? No, this is energy. So Peter, we see this here all the time, and we always either give it a garbage can or just avoid it. What's your thoughts today? Is this garbage can worthy this morning?
And for good reason. I mean, it might be a great company. It's just doesn't typically trade well. It's a Australian miner or capital. I'm not sure with the financial services company, maybe serving the mining industry. I don't even know what they do, but they're somewhere in there. But I don't see any news on it. I think they're also, well, maybe they're a Bitcoin miner. Maybe that's why I'm getting confused.
Yeah,
That's why.
yeah.
All right, they're part of the Bitcoin crowd, so that's
Oh, they are.
no wonder I
Okay.
ignore them.
Okay, there you go. Um, all right, friends. We'll do a few more on here, then we'll jump to what you guys have this morning. CVS is on the list today, 5.8, 1 million shares traded. To me, this stock is so choppy and horrible to trade. I
Yeah.
usually end up avoiding it. So, but they're down big today, man, down 5.8. So something happened last night. See the big drop happening
Yeah.
here?
Well, there was an announcement that the Medicare advance payments were going to increase by about 3.7% this year, which is lower than the industry had expected. They expected a minimum of a 4.7% increase in those payments, plus the fact that the cost of healthcare services and the number of claims has been increasing over the last couple of years. So CVS is a large, provider, I guess, service provider in that space, along with Cigna and Humana. They're all dropping. So I don't see the others on our list unless they're down on the list, and I didn't see them yet. But HUM is Humana, and then Cigna is what is SI or CI? I always forget. CI. Cigna Group. So, anyways, they're all dropping because of this decreased or lower than expected increase in the healthcare payout rates from the Medicare Advance system. I don't understand Medicare in the U.S., so pardon me if I'm saying it wrong. But, anyways, they're not going to make as much as they thought, so their stock is dropping. That's what's happening.
There you go. Again, just not one that I usually watch. It trades horrible. Let's take a look here. I think we'll stop here. Peter, anything you want to talk about before we jump to the chat rooms?
There was really not much on the list. I mean, as I scanned down through it, we got a lot of the sort of the same old characters. Like you notice XPEV's on there for no particular reason. It just typically gets the volume, and it's often moving more than 2%. We got the Meso we talked about yesterday. I noticed is back on the list, but none of those are really interesting. So. I think that yesterday I did well sticking to the same old standards. They didn't make our gappers list, but Tesla, AMD, Nvidia all had trading opportunities if you were patient on them yesterday. I'm going to stick to those and hopefully find them yet again. Apple is another one of those. So my good old trusty standbys when I don't have something great on my list, that's where I go.
Yeah. Friends, let's look at what you guys are throwing out this morning. Someone in our YouTube chat threw out, what was it? PVH. Let's start there. So PVH, let's see. Wow, we're down 22%, 171,000 shares traded. It's not on our list because it's not getting above that 200,000 cutoff that we have. So it looks like earnings last night, right? You got this nice little drop there. I don't think I ever traded this, or I'm not sure what these guys do, but man, big
This
drop
is
for them.
this is the parent company for Calvin Klein, which has announced a weakness in the European fashion industry. And yeah, it's I guess it's got their stock going down. So they lowered their guidance basically on the year. So this PVH owns Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, and a couple of other brands. So and they're expecting to see weakness. So that's why it's moving. But like you said, Carlos, I don't know. Never watched it. It is a NYSE stock, so again, that immediately tells me to be a little more careful. And with the volume being lower like this today, it doesn't look great. I can only assume, being a European based clothing brand, I believe it's European based. No, it's US. It's US based. Okay, well, maybe they're
Okay.
not dual traded, which is where I was going. Dual traded stocks tend to be even more difficult, just in terms of measuring and gauging the movement. But yeah, it's not looking great.
Yeah, I don't like it, guys. I mean, this is a big drop. This stock is in play. I would like to keep it as a possible, see how things look
Hmm.
a little bit later. It's a big drop, so worth watching. I just don't know how well it's going to trade at the market open. If you're going to see that explosiveness, this could be one of those stocks that you see drop, and then it could be somewhat of an overreaction, and you see it slowly start to gain some ground and close into this gap. But it's going to probably do that with very light volume. I wonder who was the 3 million people that 3 million shares that they're selling yesterday, huh? You knew something here, huh? Very interesting.
Nobody knew.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
This stock never trades anything. It's like a million. Then out of nowhere, you triple your trading for the day before this drop. Okay. Sure. Um, no leaks there at all. All right, friends, let's take a look at what else you guys like this morning. I saw Nvidia. Let's take a look at that and see what's happening there. Yeah, and Peter mentioned this earlier, right? Our usual suspects, Nvidia, AMD, Tesla, are going to be on deck today. We've seen a lot of weakness this morning on the SPY. You can see it dropping here. We're down almost a little more than a half a percent. So yeah, I think these stocks are going to be in play today. So I'll be looking at Nvidia. AMD is another one that will be good to look at. And as we're talking about semiconductors, someone mentioned here MU, Stefan, and we could look at MU. MU has been just on fire. Giving some back this morning, down just slightly, 588,000 shares traded. So, yeah, we're going to see some weakness here as well. As far as the main list, I'm not sure. I'll put it on the secondary list. Usually, when this is moving very well, the other ones are also giving you great opportunities, especially when everything is dropping at the same time. So, secondary for me, but it'll be a very close primary there for us. All right, so that's MU. Tesla, did we look at that one? We did not. Let's take a look at Tesla. Another one of our usual suspects, also down today. Their numbers are released, right? Their delivery numbers are today, I
It's
believe.
supposed to be, yes,
Yeah,
actually coming up sometime today.
yeah. So we'll
Let's
see.
see if they're out.
Yeah, how that looks. A couple of other company manufacturers have not been doing well. You can see XBEV and Lee and some other ones. They're not doing so hot because of that. We'll see how Tesla looks this morning. Worth adding to our list today. Already decent volume, and we are down 1.6 with the overall market move here being rather weak. Um, okay, let's see here. Yes, that's a good point, Jared. I missed engineering the markets today. I woke up so late this morning. So engineering the markets discuss the potential of today. So make sure you guys are catching that.
Tesla's in an interesting position in that the delivery numbers generally have been weak across the board. BYD being the probably the largest, well, arguably the largest EV maker in the world. They and Tesla are duking it out for the title. Depends how you measure it, but. Deliveries, anyways, have been generally low across the board, so expectations are very low for Tesla. Everybody's thinking that they're going to have to announce lower deliveries than their initial forecast. So really, Tesla only has to hit the expected number, or even have their deliveries above the lowered estimates, and we could see Tesla shoot up. Like it's a little risky here because I mean, of course, if they do disappoint, then this thing could drop further as the some holdouts, get out of the stock. But yeah, I think it could be fun. We'll have to see. I don't know actually know. Does anybody know what time the Tesla delivery numbers are supposed to come out? Because I keep seeing that it's going to happen today, but I'm trying to find the exactly when, and maybe they haven't announced a time. But is
Yeah,
it 9 o'clock?
we're seeing
Everybody's
nine.
saying
Yeah,
around
so in
9
a
a.m.
minute or
So
so. Yeah,
yeah, well,
let's
all
see.
right. Well, keep an eye on that then, and as soon as it comes out, I'm sure we'll see the reaction in the stock price. So
Yeah, yeah. So that looks good. All right. While we wait for that, what else do we have, friends? Let's take a look here. XT IA. These guys messed up. They meant to put AI, but they messed up here big time. STI Aerospace, they are up 60% this morning, 9.2. Hard to borrow. I mean, it looks like a very difficult stock to trade. It is in play. I just don't know. We'll come back to it. Let's put it on here.
really,
STIA sounds even weird to say. Like it doesn't roll off the tongue pretty nice
I
there. Um,
right.
Let's take a look at Tesla here when the numbers come out. See if we have any reaction to that information.
This,
Um,
Carlos, I don't think this should be on your list. But anyway, all right.
which
Anyways,
one?
never.
Which one?
XTAI.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, right. I mean,
it's got 400,000 shares in the float and a $4 million market cap. Is this everybody just completely mistyping CXAI? I
could
don't
be,
even.
man.
I've got so little information. There's not even any analysts that follow this thing. So
Yeah. Let's give this a good garbage truck and get it out of here then. All right. It's got tons of volume. It is in play, but you're right. I
oh,
just don't know what we're gonna expect on that thing. So goodbye to you. All right. All right. There we go. Tesla's
here we
numbers are
go.
out.
Tesla's numbers
Ooh.
must be out.
Oh
Look
yeah.
at it drop.
That's not fun. Um,
Well, right down to the 170 area that we were watching yesterday. It's where Tesla was holding. Uh, so I don't actually see the delivery numbers yet. I'm sure they'll be coming out, but so far, oh wait, now we're back up. Oh, now we're back down. Welcome to pre-market action.
yeah, yeah. Let's see how
Uh,
that reacts once we get the numbers here. But the
yeah,
initial reaction does not look good. Yeah, that's dropping. That is
yeah.
not a good sign there.
Oof, oof.
Is
Yeah, it's
is
dropping now for
is
sure.
EV a hype? Peter, what are your thoughts here? What is your thoughts on EV? There's like a mixed crowd saying they will never go EV, and the other crowd's like, if I do go EV, it's just a Tesla. And there's people complaining on dealerships that they want more gas cars and enough with the EV announcements.
No, I
What?
think it's inevitable. I think it's
Yeah.
just these are the pains in the industry. I think that
Mm-hmm.
the combustion engine is going to go away, and everything will be electric, probably within the next decade. But yeah, it's going to be painful to get there. So I'm one of the holdouts. Like even though I'm looking at a new car right now, I'm not going EV because it doesn't yet have the range nor the convenience. But that stuff will get fixed. It's just going to be difficult in the process. So.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
you
Uh,
want to
uh,
make a wager, Thor? I don't know. I do think it's going to go that way because what'll happen is we just haven't tipped the scale quite far enough, right? We're seeing a number of jurisdictions that are already starting to say by then they haven't back off the numbers, right? But it was by 2026 that they were going to have no ICE vehicle sales in California, for example. And Canada had made similar announcements, and other states in the US, and then they're having to back it off a little bit because the industry isn't ready. So I think there's going to be enough pressure that it will happen. But again, exactly how and when, that I don't know.
yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
Well,
That's just an
we
opinion.
will see. One of the complaints is they're so expensive. Not everybody has, $50,000 for one of these electric cars, right? So
Yeah.
it's a problem. And obviously, with our interest rates right now, it's not helping Tesla. As you can see here, interest rates are
Yeah.
way too high when you need to get one of these things. Um, all right, so Tesla in play this morning, guys, 2.4 million, down 5% now and continuing to drop. The lowest point I see here, we're at a level of support now since we're kind of looking at Tesla will market here at our 166.14. The next one I see on the daily is going to be down to 160.77. But this thing is dropping pretty aggressive here. Artie's going to love this because I know Artie's buying into Tesla. He's looking for 159. We might get there pretty soon. All right, let's take a look, friends. What else you guys like this morning? We looked at Tesla. We're good there. NKLA, is that even a thing here? Yeah, 90 cents. We'll leave that alone. Microsoft, many people over on our YouTube chat looking at Microsoft today, and Apple. We'll look at that next. Wow, Microsoft, given all the movement we're getting with the spies, not doing a whole lot. Only 138,000 shares traded, which is interesting, right? They're not dropping down too aggressively as far as volume. They are down almost 1%, but very light volume on Microsoft. So I won't put that on my list just yet. Apple, on the other hand, does look very good. And look at Apple's daily. This looks nice. We're putting that on our list today. 400,000 shares traded, down almost half a percent, but the daily looks real nice here on this area of support that we're going up against. Google also being mentioned in our chat. Let's take a look. Big day yesterday for them, down 1.3, giving some of those gains back, and 800,000 shares traded right now. So I like it as a secondary. I can always move it up depending how things develop here. What happened to Tesla? Peter's not buying a Tesla. He announced it yesterday, so Tesla's not happy about this. No,
Yeah,
the delivery numbers are out.
yeah,
Yeah,
Jetain posted the details up above. Basically, they missed their delivery numbers by a good 15%. The expectation overall was they're going to deliver about 430,000 cars, and they only delivered 386 total. So yeah, we're seeing a big $8 move here on Tesla.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you were bold, you could have taken that. So
Excellent. All right, friends, let's get to our community events and announcement. Today is Tuesday, and I'm ready to get on my flight, head to Vancouver, meet with you guys, have an amazing time there. My mind is already in a meetup mode for Vancouver. So looking forward to that. I think, guys, if you're one of those last minute people and you think you can join, I think there's seats available. If you go to the website, there's the sign up still. So if you're interested, check it out.
really.
Yeah, I saw a sign up last. I even got a newsletter. Sign up last minute. So something's
Wow.
happening where there's some availability.
We release some last minute seats. This is like a concert where yeah,
Yeah,
some last minute seats that are being
yeah,
released are right by the stage.
exactly. Standing room, which we
Yeah.
don't recommend. Right. So yeah. All right, today's Tuesday, guys. Let's get to it. If you haven't done so already, over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. As our good buddy Peter takes you to what's happening today.
All right. So I do know the day of the week today. It's Tuesday. I'm pretty confident to that. It is Tuesday today. So that means that we have our strategy and trade book series. So tonight, Jared will be leading, talking about how you can understand volatility and skew and edge in your favor. So it should be a good session. And he will be handling that at 8 o'clock tonight in the webinar room. Next week, this is after. I can't believe it'll be after the summit, but it will be. Thor will be leading us with how you can use strategies for effective trade implementation. Thor sessions are always high energy, so hopefully you'll put that on your calendar for 8 o'clock on Tuesday, April the 9th. So that's what we got going on this and next Tuesday. Like I was talking about earlier, tradingterminal.com, it can be a source of entertainment, education, information, and trading value. We were having fun with it yesterday, trading 325,000 shares of CXI and having Corollas going all over the place. John promised me a Corolla at one point, but then he didn't cash out in his fake money, and I didn't get my fake Corolla, so I'm a little fake disappointed. But if you want to do real stuff, tradingterminal.com's got all the news that you need, insider information, market info, the scanners, which are completely free that you can use that'll help you understand the market and where it's going. If you haven't been there, check it out. And if you want to join us here at Bear Bull Traders, we always have membership options for you. Hopefully, you'll consider them. Anything from our intro offer through our basic and elite monthly packages to the elite annual, or the granddaddy package, the elite platinum, which bundles our boot camp. I had a number of people asking about boot camp. Again, it sells out every time, so if you're thinking about it, you don't take too long. I mean, there are seats still available, but really, it's a 3-month intensive course that really takes you through from the basics through to the complex psychological challenges of trading to really hopefully accelerate your trading journey and give you some key tools on that road as you're trading for a living. So we focus as in this community and as part of P Capital on building skills for the long term, right? Not about how to get rich quick. That is not what we do, nor where we focus, nor do we think anybody should do that, frankly. So if you're interested, go to peakcapitaltrading.com and you can get more information about the boot camp and what it's all about. Ben J. Hayden right now is asking, will it fit around your schedule? So the way it works is most of the stuff is live, but it's live and then recorded. So if you can't watch it live, you can watch every single event that we do recorded. Obviously, it's better live because you can ask questions and actively participate. But if you cannot, you can do it recorded. What happens at boot camp is there's classes that we have, there's workshops that we do, we have trade book teaching sessions on how to create a journal and maintain a business plan of trading and build a strategy. We have live trading sessions, usually 2 per week, live trading where we talk through trading with our moderators so that you can see how they trade and approach the markets. All that stuff, again, is live. But then if you can't make it, it gets recorded so you can watch it later. So again, tradingterminal.com will give you all the information that you need. If it doesn't answer your questions, email me, Peter at peakcapitaltrading.com, and I'll happily help you out. So there you go. All right. With that, we've got some levels to set. Tesla's got to be up on the list now. Lots of movement, lots of volume, right? 5 million shares. Look at all the volume that exploded after the announcement of their deliveries. So it is absolutely in play. And red, like everything. Red.
Yeah.
I see red everywhere.
Everything in my watch list is just red. Everything is down here. All right, friends, let's take a look at this. A quick look at the SPY before we look into our watches. Again, just continues to leak off here, guys. So down, going towards 1%, but man, really dropping this morning. So a lot of weakness as we get the day started today. And that's reflecting in our watch list as you're seeing here. Starting with Mara. So Mara this morning, we are down 6.1. I have Mara and Coin both on here doing pretty good. So definitely going to have them on our list. Low of the pre-market for Mara, we're looking at a 2031. So I'll slam that there. And then towards the top, high of the pre-market, pretty much the low from yesterday. So don't got to worry about that too much. And if you look at the daily here towards the top, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days got you covered there. So you're good on Mara. Let's get some levels towards the bottom. We marked down the low of the pre-market. I thought we did. There it is. And then below that, guys, we do have 1983. And then all the way down here, good area of recent support down at 1826. I get the question often, what do we do? The wicks or where the candle opens or closes? You could actually do both here. You can do where the candle opens and closes right on here, right? So a lot of support happening there. And you can do these wicks as well, right? This is down almost another 80 cents or so. So you can actually do both. I'm going to do what's closest to the price action. The price action is here. If we do drop, this is the first thing we're going to hit before we hit this one, right? So yeah, I'm going to have that one, and I'm also going to have the one down here. So 1826 and 1746 as well. So, and obviously, look out for 19, right? That whole dollar number can act as a psychological support, even though we don't have a good support on the daily for that at the moment. So there's Mara. Let's go ahead, Peter.
I was just going to support what you say. I agree with that. It depends on where the level of support, how many times at different times did it hit those levels, and I would include the wicks. In fact, my belief is the bigger the time frame, the more important the wicks, right? Because if you look at a daily chart, for example, and that wick hits, of the 4 days we're looking here, for example, from the 14th to the 19th, it could have spent. It could have spent 8 or 10 trading hours down at that level because we don't know exactly where the volume was within that candle, right? At this daily level, you'd have to dig deeper to find out how significant those wicks are. So yeah, don't ignore them. The shorter the time frame, the less important the wicks are. But again, it all depends on where the volume hits, right? If all the volume of a candle is right at the tip of the wick, then it's very important. So
yep, 100%. So there you have it on Mara. Coin, also another one on our list today. I really like Coin pre-market activity down 5.4, as we talked about earlier. Bitcoin overall down today and yesterday, right? So that's driving some of these tickers down this morning. And there's a ton. Like if you look at our list, there's HUD. If you know Robinhood, I think they're involved in some Bitcoin as well. But there's everything: HUD, Iron, Coin, Riot, Clean Spark. I mean, you name it. If you're anything Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, you're down today. 246.95 is the high of the pre-market for Coinbase, and 238.15 is the low of the pre-market. Below this, we do have a level around a 224.39, and obviously all the way down here around 209.73. Towards the top, there's plenty highs and lows for the last two trading days, previous day close. Everything is up here as well. So why all is red? SPY, the market is dropping pretty aggressive. So that's why everything is you're seeing is bleeding off today. Tesla has its own issues, man, down 7.5 now. Delivery numbers came out on Tesla, and this is just not fun for them. So brutal a drop for them this morning. Heading back up to Nvidia, let's do levels here. Towards the top, you're pretty set. Just at the previous day, I'm sorry, the high of the pre-market, which is literally just below the previous day close. Let's see what the Jay Powell tells Peter here about today. Make sure we get a report back. 867.58 is the next level towards the bottom there. And then below that, we'll look at 851. It's another great level off the daily on NVIDIA. Low of the pre-market continues to be created here. I'm going to mark down this area right on here. You see we had a little bit of support around 888 off the pre-market. So we'll mark that down. And let's see what the new low of the pre-market is going to be there. All right, Tesla, which is heavily in play this morning. We do have some levels here. We have 166 coming off the daily here and here. And then the next low we have is 160, which I'm going to leave on there because it looks like we're trying to get there. Low of the pre-market this morning at the moment at 162.10. So we're getting a little bit of a bounce here. Obviously, this is a big move. You are going to have a little bit of a reaction on a pullback. And then last but not least, we're looking at Apple, which I love their daily. Very clean towards the top, highs and lows, marking almost every major level you need up there. Previous day closed right at 170.03. And we're just trying to hold on the last line of defense here. At least the most recent is going to be down at 168.77. Trying to hold here. We're slamming right on that. That is our low of the pre-market right now as Apple continues to drop. We haven't been down here in quite some time, I believe. Yeah, we're going back to October, November timeframe. We zoom in here. The next level I have is 167 off the daily and down to 166.93. So that is Apple on my list this morning. Looks very, very good. Yeah, we got a great list. Also, look out for MU. That's been active over the last couple of days. So plenty on here for us to have this morning. All right, friends, let's take a look at our moderators list. I'm going to bring this over. Let's see over here. I'm going to bring this down. If you haven't done so already, guys, over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. We'd love to get to our goal of 160. So we'd love for you guys to help us get there. So let's see our moderators list this morning. Bring this right over here. And Peter, is everything okay? Is Powell say to short the market or wait for the bounce? What was the instruction from Jerome Powell
it was
on that
it was
call?
all good. Yeah. Powell just needed a little advice, but he'll be fine. Don't worry.
All right. Is he cutting interest rates or what?
I can't talk
discuss.
about that. I'm sorry, but just know it should be an interesting year. So
all right, that sounds awesome. Friends, here's our list this morning. Eamon, Amazon, potential shorts, Amazon and Apple, both risky. Thor looking at MU, Tesla, SPY in the queues. Jared sounds available in the room. Trading Mom Susan, Disney, Coin, Microsoft, and SPY. Megan, Nvidia, Google, and the overall market. Jared watching the end of the trend, so possible reversals for him. Brian, the man of the hour, Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, and MU, and two IPOs listed for you here today that Peter will be watching for you guys. And then that's based. Oh, here's Andrew. Andrew's list, guys. Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, and Mara for him today. And Peter, I think you're typing your list now. As you do that, guys. Yeah, there it is coming. Okay. As you're doing that, guys, Andrew's book is free. There's the link. He put it on YouTube. So if you haven't had a chance to pick that up, now is the time to do it. It's free on Amazon. There's the link. So go check that out before Amazon takes it off being free. So it's free today. Don't wait. Go get it and start educating yourself there. Peter, AMD, Tesla, Nvidia, secondary list, Apple, and CVS for him. So, friends, there you have it. Have an amazing trading day, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Peter, anything we forgot?
I think we got it covered. Take care. Trade smart, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Have a great one, everyone. Take care.